Since my last kerfuffle with LoverFella, I've since recovered. Today I'm bringing you an emergency video. Now I want you guys to take this extremely seriously. This is a code red 5921 alpha, code 14 632319 alpha beta gamma omega 4312 quadruple 14 17 25 16 28 code 19 red 44478. Alpha 5 subsection D, paragraph 2, quote 7, line 5, column 7, code blue. That's the most serious code you can have in the Apple code. And today we're going to look at one example. As you can see here, this is improper Apple consumption. This person forgot to remove the sticker. Now that is a cardinal sin of Apple consumption, and we want to make sure we avoid that at all times. So my suggestion to this fellow is, number one, we need to lock him up. We need riot police to come lock this fellow up. Number two, and more importantly, what we need here is you need to remove the sticker. So this is an insult to the Apple, and it's an insult to me and my people. Now with fall coming up, apples are big. A lot of people that aren't Apple lovers year-round, like myself, pretend to be into the Apple culture, and obviously this isn't true. Obviously, you have to be a true Apple fella to be into apples year-round. So the problem here is that people put apple pie into a bag, and that is another cardinal sin. I'm not going to read you the code because it took me about 22 minutes to get through the whole code, but this is a huge violation of the Apple Act that all nations signed in 1922. So this is a huge problem, and the issue here is that putting the wrap on the outside calls it an apple pie, but the truth is it's more of a candy bar with an apple flavor, and it's just incorrect labeling, and ultimately it violates the Apple Code Agreement of 1947. And the Apple Code Agreement of 1922 was what set the standard in place, so you guys got to be careful when buying your foods. Now this one, I mean, honestly, it makes me sick to my stomach. I've seen a lot of my brothers die this way. This is an apple covered in peanut butter. It just makes me sick. It just makes me sick to look at. You know, apples are so pure and they're so kind to us. They grow in trees. They're the friendliest apples on the planet. We wouldn't be who we are today without apples. Now look at this mutilated brother of mine, and it hurts. You know, it hurts me deep down inside. I don't know how much more of this I can do, guys. I really don't. Now, the reason we were talking about apple pie earlier was because if you anger the apple pie gods, you will be faced with the evil apple pie. The evil apple pie comes in all shapes and sizes, but the thing to remember is when it is angry, do not eat the apple pie. You got to be very careful to consume it correctly. Now, this one is mildly angry. They can go from several stages of anger to grief. The most important thing is just to remember to calm down, keep your distance, and place it in the windowsill. The cool air will allow it to cool down, harden a little bit, and that will allow you to finally eat the apple pie. But this is a disgrace to the community, a disgrace to apple lovers, and a disgrace to my family and my history. If you anger the apple gods, you will be faced with an apple like this. Guys, I want you to take this as seriously as you possibly can. I know that it may be funny to see me lift my mustache so that my lips are being visible to you, but this is extremely important, okay? Do you see this apple? This is not natural. These are the things that have been happening since I've been paying attention to apple culture around here. Back in 712, when I was first born, apples were pure. Apples weren't turned into monstrosities like this. Apples were what we gave to women to marry us. We didn't give them rings. We said, here's a Granny Smith. You know what they said to us? They said, thank you. They said, that means the world to me. They said, I will be your wife. I've had 32 wives since 762 when I was born. I gave them all a Granny Smith. But this isn't an apple. This is nothing. An apple pie pierogi. Do you call this apples? Do you call this respecting the culture that brought us who we are today? I invite you today to start trending the hashtag LoverFella. I want you to leave as many comments as you can on my video and others. Hashtag LoverFella. I want you to change your profile icon to a picture of an apple with a mustache. I want you to be the change that you want to see. Tweet me your greatest apple pictures. Email me your favorite apple flavors. And more importantly, don't create monstrosities like this. An apple grande from Taco John's. Pie filling, artificial cinnamon, and cheddar cheese on a flour tortilla. Let's just take a moment to look at this. One of my brothers was smashed. His body was destroyed to create this filling. This is the type of stuff that makes me sick to my stomach. I knew this apple. I knew him well. We go all the way back to 1292. We went to war together. It was the war of the apples versus the pears. Which one would be the superior fruit? His name was Geraldo. No, wait, sorry. His name was Jesvin. And thanks to Jesvin's killer efforts, we won the war. And apples became the fruit of the century. They became the fruit of the country, the fruit of the world. This man sacrificed his life for all of us. He fell from a tree. He landed on Hitler's head, and he killed Hitler. Jesuits remembered an apple community very strongly. I'll never forget the brave sacrifices he gave us. Artificial cinnamon. Artificial cinnamon. That's not okay with me. That's not okay with me at all. Salmon and Fuji apples. You know what you call this? A massacre. How many brothers had to die for this one to happen? Guys, look, the point I'm trying to make to you today is that apple culture is in severe danger. People like LoverFella are trying to silence us, but we will rise. We will come together. Alright? We will make a stand. We will change this world for the better. And we will return apples to the way they're meant to be. Don't stop this fight, boys. Fight for what you believe in. Join me. #TeamLoverFella.